Okay. Although I've already uploaded this one in our Google Classroom. It's all about computer network traffic. So nandito. This is our last topic, the network traffic, computer network traffic. So network traffic is the amount of data. Ayan. Amount of data moving across the computer network at any given time. So network traffic, also called as data traffic, it is broken down into data packets. Okay. Bakit kailangang i-break down into data packets yung information or yung data bago i-send dun sa computer? Because of the bandwidth. Okay? Depende sa bandwidth kung kaano kalaki yung data packets. Ayan. Mas malaki mas malaki yung bandwidth, mas madaling mai-transfer yung data. Kasi mas marami siyang data na may lalagay dun sa mga packets. And then sent over the network before being reassembled by receiving the device or computer. I think meron yun sa YouTube eh. Computer network era. Kung napanood nyo yung saan na yun? Cisco ba siya? Hindi, antivirus yun eh. Dapat sinisave ko pala yung hanapin ko lang. Ito. Ito ba yun? I-save ko nga ito. Ay. Maganda kasi itong kon eh. Download. Mayroon ganun. Okay, so while downloading ayun lang, check ko yung iba. Okay, nasa bot.
or you are closed for business.
Jokean nga lang siya. Anyway, okay na lang siguro yun. I-upload ko lang. Okay. Ay, sir. On, sir. Magano lang daw. Sige, sir. On, sir. On, sir, on, sir. On, sir. Okay, saan na yun? Ito pa dito yung computer network. Data communication and computer network. Dito ko na lang siya lagay. Okay. Anyway, so yan, i-post ko na dito. So, computer network. Ang dalawa to. Ayan, computer network. So, broken down into data packets. Ano ba yung mga data packets natin? So, let's watch this. Ito yung maganda rin tong video na to eh. Medyo blurred nga lang siya. Diba pwedeng gawing quality yung picture? 240 talaga pinakamalaki na. Ngayon yun. Ano yung data packets natin? Yan. Hindi quality yung kanya, no? Pero maganda to. So, ito yung data. Ito naman yung packets na tinatawag. Yan. So, lalagyan nila ng seal. Yan. Lalagyan nila ng seal ng address kung saan pupunta yung data na yon. So, if you notice, naka-packets siya. I mean, hinati-hati yung data. Ginawa nilang exage itong video na to. So, kung titingin nila parang nilagyan nila lang sasakyan. Pero actually, call lang siya. Data 10100101 lang ang laman yan. Yan, ito yung mga data packets. So, nahati-hati lang siya. Yan yung data packets. Ito yung bandwidth na tinutukoy. Ito na yung sa network na yan. So, switch. Yan, nagkakaroon ng crashing. Dati, hindi pa masyadong intelligent kasi yung switch natin. Actually, yung hub ang hindi siya, according to my reference, yung nabasa kong article noon, yung hub is hindi siya matalino. Hindi siya matalino. So, for the hub, lahat is binibigyan niya ng data. Okay, sinesendan niya ng data na yun. Pero yung nowadays, hindi na. Kung sino lang yung computer na pinagsesendan, is siya lang yung makakatanggap ng data. Ito yung switch. So, hub switch. Maganda tong video na to. Yan. Ngayon naka-packets na ngayon siya. Then, yan. Kukunin na ngayon yung information. Basta ito yung packets na tinutukoy niya. Yun lang naman yung gusto ko ipakita dito sa video na to. Yan. And send over the network before being reassembled. Ito yung reassembled ngayon. Reassembled, ibig sabihin, pagdating sa other side, i-assemble niya kasi. Yan. Ito na yung sa other side. Hindi. Ano yun eh. Pabalik na siya. Saan na yun? Ito ata yung nakabalik na. Pinakrush niya yung iba. Ito, yung reassemble. So, kukunin niya, kung kita niyo sa video, kukunin niya yung information, tapos i-assemble niya. I-reassemble niya or para mabuo yung information. So, kung mapapanood nyo to video. Okay? Reassemble by the receiving device or computer. So, network traffic has two directional flow, north-south and east-west traffic affect network quality. Because an unusual high amount of traffic can mean slow downloads speed or spotty voice over. We have the internet protocol connection. So traffic is also related to security because of unusually high amount of traffic could be the sign of an attack. So kung mapapansin nyo din dun sa video na ito, yung iba may mga bogus kasi na parang nagpapanggap na sila ay packet pero actually kuwan siya, virus or malicious data or information siya. Kaya ang ginagawa dito pa lang sa firewall, pag mali na siya, hindi niya na-allow kasi naka-closed. So pag merong malicious data or information or packet, pag naka-close yun, gusto niya atakin, hindi niya ma-atake kasi naka-close yung port. Yan. And then data packets, when the data travel over the network or over the internet, it must first be broken down. So yung kanina, ito, iba, yan. So nilagay niya sa packets, broken down. So they call it data packets. Into smaller batch so that the large file can be transmitted efficiently. The network breakdown organize and bundles the data into data packets so that they can be sent reliably through the network and then opened and read by other users in the network. Each packet takes the best routes possible to spread the computer network traffic evenly. So we have the north-south traffic. So north-south traffic refers to the client to server traffic that moves between the data center and the rest of the network. So meron siyang client to server. So east-west traffic refers to traffic within the data center, also known as the server-to-server traffic. So we have the client server and then we have the server to server. We have types of network traffic. We have the real-time traffic, non-real-time traffic. So to better manage the bandwidth, ayun yung bakit siya nilalagay sa data packets or packets? Kasi yung bandwidth natin. So sabi ko nga kanina, mas malaki yung bandwidth, mas mabilis niyang maita-transfer yung data kasi mas marami siyang mailalagay na data doon sa packets natin. Pero pag mas maliit yung bandwidth natin, syempre mas maraming packets ang magagamit. So mas matagal yung pag-transmit ng information or pag-transfer ng information sa network. Okay? Bandwidth. Network administrators decide how certain types of traffic are to be treated by the network device like routers and switch. Magkaiba ang router sa switch pero meron naman yung router switch. Okay? Most especially kasi sa mga router, if you noticed, noon ang tawag dyan is modem, modular, demodular. Pero ngayon tinatawag na ngayon nilang router kasi bagong version kumbaga ang router. But for the router that is used for converting the wave sounds, okay, wave sounds to digital, and then digital to wave sound, ito yung gamit ng router. Ang switch naman to transmit or to uh, I mean to distribute the network, yun yung switch naman. Mas maganda sana pag nandito kayo sa school para may demo ko sa inyo kung ano yung switch, ano naman yung router. Basta ito, pag nakakonect sa telephone lines, routers. Switch and hubs naman pag within the network lang. Okay? Yan. Routers, makakabasa siya ng sound waves or yung analog signal at saka yung digital or yung digital signals. Routers. Yung switch naman is pure digital signal lang. Okay? Yan. Though meron din naman siyang meron din namang tinatawag na yung Wi-Fi switch. Wi-Fi switch. Pero ganun din lang naman yung Wi-Fi switch. Though meron siyang ko-convert niya yung wave sound, yung Wi-Fi into digital. Okay? Yan. Pero mostly, ang ginagamit for the internet is the routers. Okay? Sa network naman, switch. Pero yung routers, pwede rin naman yan sa internet and then pwede rin naman yan sa computer networks. So, there are two general categories of the network traffic: real-time and non-real-time. So, real-time traffic deemed important or critical to business operations must be delivered on time and with the highest quality possible. For example, the real-time network traffic includes the voice, IP, video conferencing, and web browsing. Okay. VoIP, ibig sabihin voice IP address. Ayan yung nandito kanina. Voice over pala, voice over internet protocol. Video conferencing and web browsing. For the non-real-time traffic naman, non-real-time traffic, also known as the best effort traffic, is traffic that the network administrators considered less important than real-time traffic. For example, the file transfer protocol for the web, publishing, and email application. Yeah. Kasi pwede nating i-pending Pwedeng ma-pending, parang queuing yung nakapila kumbaga bago niya may transfer. Then, why not traffic analysis or monitoring are important? So, network traffic analysis, NTA, is a technique used by the network administrator to examine network activities, availability, and identify unusual activity. NTA, or the network traffic analysis, also enables admin to determine if any security or operational issue exists or might exist moving forward under the current condition. Addressing such as issues as they occur not only optimize the organization resources but also reduces the possibility of the attack, as such as the NTA is tied to enhance the security. Pero yun nga lang, pag masyadong maraming security, mas mabagal. Kung mapapansin nyo, mas maraming security, maraming pagdadaanan, babagal yung transaction. Kaya ako kung minsan tinatanggal, kung hindi naman importante yung ng computer, tinatanggal ko na lang yung firewall, mga antivirus para bumilis. Pero pag meron kayong mga important files sa computer unit ninyo, then it is highly recommended that you have an antivirus and the firewall also. Yan. Identify bottlenecks. So bottlenecks are likely to occur as the result of the spike in the number of users in the single geographic location. So magkakaroon din ng pag mas maraming transaction, mas maraming data na nai-sense through the network, syempre nagkakaroon din sila ng bottleneck kung sino yung mauna. So troubleshoot bandwidth issue. So as low connection can be because a network is not designed to accommodate and increase the number of users or amount of activity. Bandwidth issue. Sabi ko nga kanina, pag mas malaki yung bandwidth, mas mabilis na makapag-transfer ng data. Pero pag mas maliit yung bandwidth, syempre, mas maraming data packet sa magagamit, mas tatagal mas mabagal yung network. So important visibility or device on the on your network. So increase the awareness of endpoint can help administrators anticipate network traffic and make adjustment is necessary. Nakakon ba tayo? Okay. Yan. So detect security issue and fix them more quickly. Wait. Check ko lang. Si Valdez lang talagang ang estudyante ko. Taling. Anyway, yeah. So detect security issue and fix them more quickly. NTA network in real time, alerting admins when there is a traffic anomaly or possible breach. Pero nowadays kasi medyo advanced na ang network natin. So nalilesen na yung bandwidth. Nalilesen na yung bandwidth. For example, yung 5G sa network, kung naririnig nyo na yung 5G. Yung 4G kasi, masyadong malayo ang tower. Masyadong malayo yung panggagalingan ng bago mai-transmit. Okay? Dahil masyado siyang malayo, kapag nagkaroon na ng noise, okay? Or meron ng interference, or anong tawag na nun sa network, basta isa yung noise, na-interfere yung yung pag-transmit ng data, most especially nasa sound wave siya, diba, analog siya. So pag malakas yung hangin, may kumukulog, kumikidlat, syempre pag gano'n ang nangyari, kung mapapansin nyo, bumabagal yung internet connection, most especially mga naka wifi, kasi most especially pag kumulog, kasi na yung data sa take note. Kapag wifi, ang kanyan, ang medium niyan is hindi lang naman yung space kundi yung air. Yung medium niya is yung air. Pag walang hangin, hindi ka makakapag-transmit ng data, not unless gagamit ka ng mga microwaves. Anyway, yun. How to monitor the network traffic. So the right network monitoring software helps organizations gain visibility into all the devices and applications running on the network. It is important to know which device are using the most bandwidth or reconfigure the network as necessary to make change to the type of content being filtered to prevent access to certain websites or services, YouTube and Netflix. SD-WAN, the software defined wide area network, or SD-WAN, use software to manage the connection between an organization data centers, and it removes location. So SD-WAN can accommodate multiple connections types such as the multi-protocol label switching, and then the long-term evaluation or LTE, kung nakakon yung mga LTE sa network. Naririnig ko na rin itong LTE na yung long-term evaluation. It can also automatically segment traffic based on the defined criteria. And then the Fortinet SD-WAN solution determines the best wide area network path for traffic, which optimize the performance and increase the productivity across the organization. The Fortinet secure SD-WAN solution is the leader in the Grand Tours 2020 Magic Report. And then we have the next generation firewall. O nga pala, nasa na ba yung pan kanina? Balik tayo dun sa nabanggit ko kanina. Yung 4G kasi masyadong malayo, pero yung 5G, saan na ba yung kalimutan ko na, the right monitoring software. Anyway, ganito para maintindihan nyo kung ano yung 4G tsaka yung 5G network. Yan. Limit ano ito, length. Ano ba itong images? May limit kasi siya, na kalimutan ko na kung ilan yung limit ng 4G. Ayan, yung 4G kasi 50 average speed is 50 Mbps pero 5G kasi that is 400 Mbps. So 10 gigabyte per second peak speed, and then 1 gigabyte per second. Ito naman yung peak speed niya, pero peak speed yung pinakamabilis, and then yung average speed niya is ito. Okay. Meron yung hinahanap ko yung limit. Bandwidth, latency, speed. Yan, tignan mo din yung fan. Sana para ma-fan natin bakit ganun. Bakit ganun siya. Ayan. Yan. So, for 3G, okay na yan. 4G at saka 5G na lang tayo. Ngayon kasi 4G ang ginagamit natin. So, bandwidth, kano kalaki, ngayon tinutukoy ko, mas malaki, mas mabilis, diba? 200 Mbps per second. Ito naman is 1 gigabyte per second. Bakit? Mamaya explain ko kung bakit mas mabilis yung 5G kasi yung 4G. Aside from the bandwidth. Okay, mas malaki nga naman talaga yung bandwidth nito. Mas malaki, sabi ko nga, mas malaki yung bandwidth, mas mabilis may transfer yung data. Siguro pag magda-download ka, noon, magda-download ka ng movie, mga 4 hours, hintay ka ng 4 na oras bago siya ma-download. 4G, di ba, mga 1 hour, wala pa atang 1 hour. Tapos na na-download na agad. How much more yung 5G? Kaka-download mo lang 5 minutes, baka downloaded na-download na. Take note, kapag 1 gigabyte, 'di ba? Pag 1 gigabyte yung movie na 'yon, per second, in 1 second na download na siya. Pero kung yun depende pa rin sa speed, siyempre. Yan. So, okay. Ito yung bandwidth niya, ito yung pagkakasyahan kumbaga. Okay, 1 gigabyte per second for the 5G. Pero, yung average speed niya kasi is 200 to 400 Mbps. So, ibig sabihin yan, yung 1 gigabyte, kung tutusin kung yung ito, kung 200 to 400 yung ano niya, siguro mga 5 minutes siguro ma-download niya na. Pero mabilis mabilis ito. Yan, i-compare mo naman sa 25, diba? Ito nga, iaabutin ka ng mga oras din bago ma-download yung movie. Pero pag ganito, 200 to 400 Mbps, kung 1 gigabyte yung movie na yun, siguro ma-download mo na lang siya na within 5 minutes. Kasi per millisecond or per second siya, di ba? Bakit mas mabilis si 5G kaysa si 4G? Kasi si 4G may limit kasi na. Nakakon ko na yung wala ba tayong mga sample dyan na anong tawag nun? Length ba? Tower kasing ginagamit natin ngayon. Yan, range pala. Di range, maximum range for the 4G. Ito, tignan natin dito. So 4G wavelength have a range of about 10 miles and 5G wavelength has an average of 1,000 feet. 10 miles. Ito naman 1,000 feet. Not even 2% of 4G range. So to ensure the reliability 5G signals, there need to be a lot of 5G cells, towers, and antennas everywhere. From the word na lang ito, tingnan nyo na lang tong word niya. Ngayon nawala na. Ganda yung sinabi niya kasi. Yan, ito. Yan. Bakit mas mabilis si 5G? At bakit hindi pa rin ma-implement sa Pilipinas ang 5G? Kasi ang 4G, mas tipid siya. Mas mura si 5G. Bakit? Si 4G kasi, wavelength has an average range, yung pinakamalayo is 10 miles. Diba ang layo? Mula dun sa tower, papunta dun sa device mo, o dun sa ginagamit mong unit. 5 miles. Diba ang layo? I mean, 10 miles ang layo. Pero pag ang 5G ang ginamit, 1,000 feet lang. So, dapat yung tower o yung tower o yung device na dapat malapit lang, mga 1,000 feet. Medyo malayo na rin yung 1,000 feet, diba? Ganun, diba? So, ibig sabihin nun, according to this article, mas maraming tower, there need to be a lot of 5G cell towers and antennas everywhere. Ibig sabihin, pag magpa 5G tayo, mas maraming tower ang makikita nyo dyan sa daanan. Mas marami tayong towers. Hindi nila ma-implement ang 5G dito kasi nga mahal, kasi marami kang bibilhin ng mga gadgets. Okay? Yun yung kasi napanood ko din yan 5G network. Napanood ko din dito yan. So kailangan meron pa yung mga sample. Napanood ko din yan dito kasi naging curious. Ano ba yung 5G? Napanood ko yung 5G. Yung nabanggit nila yung 5G. Meron ako yung Saan na ba yung mga pinanood ko noon? Wait lang. Hanapin ko lang yung pinanood ko noon na ito kasi yung testing lang pero sana yun?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning din. Bakit ngayon lang? Wala yung basta yun na lang. Imagine niyo na lang, hindi ko nahanap yung video. Yan. Bakit mas mabilis si 5G kaysa si 4G? Kasi si 5G ang lapit ng tower. Malapit yung tower dun sa device. So every 1,000 feet maglalagay sila ng tower. Ang 4G kasi 10 miles. Every 10 miles maglalagay sila ng 4G tower. Okay, kaya mas mabilis nga naman talaga si 5G. At saka comparing to the bandwidth, mas malaki yung bandwidth nga naman talaga ni 5G, which is 1 gigabyte per second. Compare mo naman si 4G. So pag lumabas si 5G dito, sabi ko nga, pag magda-download kayo ng movie, mga 5 minutes lang tapos na. Okay? Yan siya. Yun yung niya. Binalikan ko lang. Ayan, so next generation firewall, inspect the filters traffic before it can enter the network. So every now and then magkakaroon tayo ng bagong ports. So kailangan updated din. If in case na maging network administrator kayo, dapat alam niyo yung mga kung ano yung bago. Okay, so yun lang muna. End ko na yung